Welcome to Brand Lover, honest, real, and lively conversations for flourishing entrepreneurs and budding business owners on a mission to cultivate a heartfelt brand that connects with their purpose-driven mission. My hope is that you walk away feeling inspired and refreshed with a weekly takeaway in your back pocket that you can apply to your life or business. Before we get stuck into this week's episode, I want to invite you to my free, brand new online training called Design Secrets. Insider tricks of the trade to design wow-worthy marketing collateral, even if you don't have a creative bone in your body. I'm going to be sharing the 5 essential design rules, 3 of my insider tips to live and die by when you are creating your marketing graphics, my personal fail-safe process of design. This is going to save your butt over and over. And I'm also going to be hosting a live Q&A at the end of the session. You can ask me anything you like with regards to branding or design. It is going to be held on Friday, the 3rd of May at 10 a.m. Adelaide time. If you head to the page, you will get a time zone converter. So if you're not sure about time zones, please click that. This session is 100% free to you, sponsored by the Branding Hub. So head to the link in the show notes or head straight to www.rachelreiter.com/design secrets to save your seat. I'm so excited. I can't wait. Most business owners think they have pinned down their target audience and what they want to be known for, but I guarantee even you can narrow down even further. The online market is at the point now where it is so competitive that your message has to be as clear as a pinpoint in order for your ideal customers to take notice. In order to avoid vague, generalist, vanilla branding, you have no choice in this day and age to narrow down. First of all, why does narrowing down matter? Well, it's all about focus. This is helpful to you as the marketer and also to the audience that you serve. The more you narrow down your brand, the easier it'll be to speak about your offers, attract the right people, and grow your brand faster. By keeping focused on one narrow lane, you'll be able to simultaneously eliminate distractions and overwhelm for you and strengthen your brand reputation, because it will be easier for your audience to understand and relate to what your focus is and how you help them specifically. It's like the compound effect. Small changes now can lead to big results in your future. So today I'm going to be sharing 3 ways to help you narrow down when it comes to your brand. We'll look at foundations, we'll look at your niche, and we'll look at design. Because when it comes to your brand, less is definitely more on multiple levels. So let's talk about foundations. Because your brand isn't just about what you sell, it's about who you are and why you're here. It's your vibe, your personality, and your reason for existing. If you have never done any kind of brand foundational work before, first of all, I encourage you to go and check out my signature program, Brand Alchemy. You'll find the link in the show notes, because once you go through this type of process, you'll be answering questions that you never knew existed and feeling much more clear on how to communicate your brand on multiple levels. But at the very least, to get the ball rolling, simply ask yourself right here and right now, who am I here to serve? What makes my business unique? And most importantly, why do I do what I do? Write down whatever comes to mind first. Go with your gut feeling. The clearer you are on your foundations, the easier it'll be to attract the right people to your offers. And if you want to dig a little bit deeper, let's explore each of those questions further. Now, the first one was, who are you here to serve? It's not enough to say, oh, everyone or anyone that needs my product or service. That honestly, in my line of work, I hear those phrases all too often, and it just doesn't cut it anymore. You can't even just say female business owners or mums. You have to get super, super specific. Think about your ideal customer, their age, their gender, their interests, their pain points, like what's keeping them up at night, what are their worries throughout the day, what are they doing at different times of the day, what are they really wanting out of life, or, you know, in relation to what it is you're selling. The more you understand who it is that you're serving, and who would be the perfect fit for whatever it is you're selling, the better you can tailor your brand message and offerings to become more attractive to them in the state that they are in. All right, so the next question was, what makes your business unique? This is a really tricky question for a lot of people, but just to explain it a little further, this is your main differentiator when people are comparing your brand with others. This is the thing that sets you apart from the competition, that really makes them take notice and go, oh, wow, they're doing that and those people aren't doing that, or that's going to benefit me in a much better way, or that feels like a better fit for me. And so many people get stuck on this because it could be so many things. And this is why narrowing down is so important. Choose one or a handful and just lean in. Whatever it is, make sure your audience understands what it is. Make it clear and simple. All right, the last one that I shared was, why do you do what you do? This can be a tricky question as well. But this is your underlying why, and it's not just so that I can stay at home with my kids. That's more of your personal why. But this is like really your driving force. It's the reason that you started your business in the first place. It's like your higher purpose. Maybe you're on a mission to eliminate admin overwhelm for small businesses. Maybe you want to bring positive change to an industry that you love, or simply make people's day a little bit brighter. It doesn't have to be anything like really deep or like impactful on a global level. But whatever it is, make sure it's authentic to you, unique to your brand, and the hero of your brand story. Because at the end of the day, people don't just buy what you do, or they don't just buy your product or service anymore. They buy why you do it. They buy into your story. They buy into the connection that they feel, and they're actually coming on board with your mission. So all of these questions are, they're just journal prompts, I suppose. But if you do want to dive deeper and do this as a methodical process, Brand Alchemy is there to help you, support you through that. It's the same process that I take my clients through. So if you are in the early stages, I highly recommend doing that deeper work and investing that time and effort into getting your brand foundations right from the very beginning, because that's what's going to lead to that compound effect that we're talking about. So narrowing down in order to grow and be attractive to those most ideal customers. Hopefully that's sinking in. All right. So now I want to talk about niching. And niching can be an intimidating word. So let's not think of it as niching. Think of it as just being known for one thing. And I get that you're a multi-talented, multi-passionate entrepreneur. And I just want to communicate with you that there are ways to serve your audience on multiple levels once you've established your brand. But to begin with, in particular, it is far more influential to be known for one thing than to be a blur in the crowd, or be like, oh, but I do this, oh, and I do this, and I do this as well. It's like, well, hang on, which one of those is your thing? So if you think about this from just with a real life example, when your toilet is leaking into your kid's bedroom wall, for example, do you call the all-rounder guy or girl who dabbles in plumbing, can do some electrical, and mows your lawn? No, you call the plumber who eats, sleeps, and breathes plumbing. So what's your plumbing equivalent? If you can find what that is and step into that and own it and really communicate it and unleash it into the world, and then, use it to build your entire marketing and content strategy, you'll be able to just, honestly, it'll make decision-making easier. It'll make creating content easier, because you'll have like a clear direction. And that's what's going to help to build that brand reputation and create that growth effect. And just remember that people love experts, and experts are trustworthy. So if your kid was failing at maths, you wouldn't get them a general school tutor, would you? No, you'd hire a maths tutor. By niching down, by narrowing down, what you want to be known for, you're not just going to be attracting more customers, you're going to be attracting the right customers who are actively seeking your expertise. All right. My favorite topic is talk about design. Your brand visuals are like your business wardrobe, right? They should be eye-catching, memorable. You know all of this. If you listen to my podcast, you know all of this. But they should be totally wholeheartedly you and in alignment with all of those other ways that we're going to be narrowing down your brand. I see way too many small business owners following trends and blending in with everyone else in their industry because, they see it working for them. So why wouldn't they follow suit like that? It makes sense to me as well. I get it, but it's not going to work. You really need to make sure that your design reflects who you are and what you stand for. And there are ways to do this, and it all flows on from those foundations that we talked about initially. I'm talking about font choices, color psychology, imagery style, and content, plus so many other layers. But the most important tip that I can give you on this topic is to really lean into your brand's unique offering and most memorable aspects of its personality. So lean into that and embrace the quirks associated with that. Good brand design isn't just about being pretty. It's about creating recognition and memorability in a strategic way. So how can you achieve this if every brand in your space is looking same? For example, how many health and wellness brands do we see with beige tones, image overlays, and black serif fonts? Basically all of them. So how can you tell them apart as a consumer? You can't. So put yourself in the shoes of your ideal customer in your space. When people see your logo or your brand colors, you want them to think of you immediately. You want to be the first name that pops up into their head when they think of your industry. So invest the time and effort into crafting visuals that not only look good, but also leave a lasting impression and help to tell your brand story. All right, lovely. If you don't have some notes written down and some homework to get stuck into, I would be surprised. But in all seriousness, the more you can narrow down all of these things, the easier it will be for you to speak about your offers, speak to the right people for those offers, eliminate distractions and overwhelm in your day-to-day running of your business, strengthen your brand reputation, and grow your brand faster by only attracting the most aligned people to your tribe with that compound effect. Don't forget to save your seat for my Design Secrets Masterclass. Do it now before you carry on with your day. I cannot wait to share my insider tricks of the trade with you to help you elevate your own design skills in your everyday marketing graphics. I'll see you there. If you found this episode inspiring or helpful, I invite you to share the link with another woman in business or someone who needs to hear this message. Every woman we can support to grow a meaningful, profitable brand is another woman who is free to live a purposeful life for herself and be more present for her family. None of us are alone in the challenges we face in business, but the solution can start with a gift from someone else, and it could be a podcast episode just like this one. Thank you for listening.